What is up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist here with
Gersh1.
and once again, we're at it, answering more questions in another episode of For the Greater.
This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewer. If you have a question for us, comment down below. Put a question in front of your question because we get those questions first. And that is what?
Ben903 has done. His question is, how many humans do you think it'll take to kill a space marine?
That's a really good question. I've seen this question around on YouTube for a while now. It's popular. And it's kind of difficult to say. One of the most interesting situations was in the Angron book, Slave to Nuceria. There's a bunch of space marines from back in 30K that were invading a planet ruled over by, like, psychers who controlled automatons. And the automatons were not, like, armed, but they managed to kill a ton of legionnaires, space marine.
Right. Let's not forget, these weren't just any ultramarines or any just regular. These are world eaters.
Experts at close combat.
Oh, yeah.
And they were being killed by just the amount of bodies going at them. And now the book doesn't describe how many, but enough to, like, shoulder to shoulder in, like, a town square. So it was a lot.
Right. Think of World War Z, but instead of, like, zombies rushing in, it was just, like, humans not really doing much. Just kind of like almost like a wave of just meat and bodies.
Yeah, the book describes that they put their hands in between, like, the helmet and their, like, plate of armor and stuff like that and just pulled or, like, basically brought them down.
Eventually, it would gouge their eyes out. But at the same time, these space marines were fighting and killing so many of these simulacrum that they were almost like knee deep in just like blood and guts and viscera.
Yeah. So the answer is a lot. Also, in, I think, Eisenstein, right? Which one? Which one's the guy?
Which one's the boat?
Or
the ship?
The ship, yeah.
Eisenhorn.
Yeah. And I think Eisenhorn Xenos, one world eater took out 2 platoons of Imperial Guard. Those are armed soldiers versus 1 space marine. So you could even make the argument that 2 platoons are required to fight a space marine.
But at the same time, it also depends what weaponry you have. Because then you have instances where, like, a guardsman with a melta gun just, like, obliterates a space marine.
True. Also, in the Magnus book, I think it was an Iron Warrior went head-to-head with a bunch of cultists, and it took basically, you could say, like a group of cultists to kill that Iron Warrior armed with a bunch of weapons. Right?
Yeah. So it really depends. If it's like just regular dudes off the street, like, I don't see anybody coming close to taking out a space marine. They're faster, they're stronger, they're tougher, they could spit acid. Yeah. Literally one punch from them is enough to take you down. They don't even have to be armored. If they are armored, like, your chances are 0. What are you going to do to basically a tank in person form?
Yeah. This question reminds me of a question that's going around on TikTok. Would you guys trust your girlfriend or your wife with a bear or a space marine? Because you got to remember, space marines don't care about human lives. But I guess bears don't either.
Yeah.
But yeah, ask your significant other that question. Next question comes from TVT2000. Could the Silent King fight the Emperor of Mankind on even footing? No.
I mean, the Silent King seems to be, like, I always thought he was like an emperor level, like, thing, like, being. I don't think so anymore.
No, not at all.
He seems to just be like, I wouldn't say a figurehead because he is kind of powerful, but not to the extent of the Emperor.
Yeah, he's powerful in that, like, necrodermis body, Necron technology that makes him powerful. But him by himself, he's not a psyker.
Right.
So it'll be difficult. But I think the advancements of technology might keep him alive.
And I think he has, like, the Noctilith columns on his, like, chariot/throne thing. So, I mean, that could absorb any psychic attack and, like, redirect it back. So that's not to say he's going to lose outright. He can put up a big, good fight, but at the same time, it's the Emperor we're talking about. Yep. Dude's half dead anyway on the throne.
Next question comes from Min Matter Commando 5444. Do y'all dip tobacco? No. Why? Are our teeth fucked up? We smoked. Some of us smoke tobacco. Some of us, me.
Yeah. I got asthma. That's my excuse.
Yeah. Next question.
This one is by the big one. Wouldn't the greatest superpower ever actually be the ability to give people triple caked up booties with just a snap of your fingers? You'd make billions just off of the Kardashians alone.
I don't think having a bigger butt would benefit anybody, though.
Yeah, I've seen that video of like the chick that's like going into a plane and she's like, I need 2 seats. My butt is too big.
Yeah, I've seen those people in real life, and I think they probably suffer. Have you seen them walk?
Yeah.
I feel like if you grew up in the U.S., you had a teacher that would like wobble. Mm-hmm. For us, it was Miss Bailey. That woman was big. Mm-hmm. And considering how the chairs used to be so small, I wonder what it was like.
Yeah. Finding clothes,
mm-hmm.
Not getting sexualized every day. Like it's a hassle.
Well, I think that's just a woman thing, though.
True.
All women get sexualized, and some men, if you're a daddy.
Yeah. Do you got the cakes?
The next question.
This one's by Brian BBBBBB. How long do you think it'll take for the Exodites to finally get their own army /lore/content in the future, and what do you want it to be?
Last time we talked about this topic, the Sound Alchemist brought up a really good point in that it's more than likely to happen if they are a kill team. Mm-hmm. I don't see that being a thing in the future, though, just because Eldar aren't that popular.
And that's the thing, too. It's like, if it is a kill team, the one thing that makes the Exodites at least known that they're just Exodites and not like Eldari Rangers or Guardians is that they're usually riding dinosaurs.
Yep.
So how would you have a kill team of just pure mounts? It would either have to have like maybe 3 models total, because I feel like that would be kind of something more elite than just regular.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see how to balance that.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, but I think they could do a good job considering the lizard men from Age of Sigmar, or the Seraphon, whatever they're called nowadays.
They look really cool.
Yeah, they got a bunch of cool mounts and stuff like that, and they're dinosaurs. So yeah, GW definitely has all the fixings. They just got to cook.
Yeah. Next question comes from Angel Warrior. Who is considered to be the very first Space Marine ever created? The one in which all other Space Marines are based off of.
So there was an Alpha, like, Marine, but I think that was like a huge failure.
Yeah.
And I guess you could always say that the pre-Marines were always the Thunder Warriors.
Yeah. So I don't think there was one individual. Even though Astartes comes from, what's his name?
Amar Astartes, which was a scientist that helped create them.
Yeah, so I guess they get their name off of that. I have a pimple on my forehead and I just popped in. It fucking hurts. Next question.
Oh, this is by me, the Sound Alchemist. Go get some ointment.
It's not ointment. You're supposed to put toothpaste on it.
Oh.
It's like scabbing. I have that Wolverine power where it just kind of like scabs instantly. Instantly. Sandome says, where are the super thanks? Super thanks are still not a thing for our channel because we haven't hit certain thresholds. If you want to support the channel, you can by supporting us through Patreon, jumping over to the One Mind Syndicate page and watching and sharing those videos. Or you can say comment, I guess.
Yeah.
That supports the channel as well. Next one.
This one's by Lupe Fiasco. Who would win between a battle between Gilliman and the Lion?
Gilliman. Gilliman has the sword, which I think is more powerful than the shield.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's got the shield.
Yeah.
I don't know, cause like Gilliman wasn't really supposed to be a fighter, whereas the Lion's supposed to be like an expert duelist.
Yeah, but he's a prepper, and I feel like Gilliman would have prepped for.
So he's like the Batman of 40K.
Yeah.
He's got Gilliman, or he's got the Lion all figured out.
He has the kryptonite that the Lion, has, which is probably those little, like, what are the little alien things called?
Oh, the Watchers?
Yeah, the Watchers. He probably got them on his side.
At the same time, though, like the Lion can like teleport.
Oh, yeah, the whole shadow walk thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Forest walk or whatever it's called.
Yeah. So I don't know. I say Gilliman, but
I'm going to give it to the Lion. Who do you think?
You break the tie.
Yeah.
The next question comes from the big one. If I went hiking and saw Bigfoot, would he be friendly towards me or would he be hostile because of my dark skin? I don't think Bigfoot cares about the color of your skin. It's what's inside.
And that's why Bigfoot hasn't really like made his debut yet. Because he's like, humanity's not ready. If I were to step out, like I would just get killed and dissected and like put on display. And that's not what he wants.
That's not what he wants.
He's like the emperor. He wants the best for humanity, and so he's hiding until the right time.
Yes. Yeah, true. Next question. I was going to add something, but no, that answers it pretty well. You have one?
Yeah, this one's by Tyler Perry. Are you the real Tyler Perry?
And we didn't say, are you the real Lupe Fiasco?
We're more concerned about Tyler Perry than Lupe Fiasco.
Diddy, man.
Jeez. If you could remove a faction and then bring it back, which one would it be?
That's a weird question.
Yeah. Are we bringing it back different? Yeah. Like what? Like you guys have been playing Space Marines too much. Nope.
Yeah. I mean, that would be cool to like take Space Marines out for a year so that people have to play the Xenos. Or Imperial Guard.
Oh, that's interesting. Who do you think people would flock to if there were no Space Marines?
Imperial Guard, right? Like I think human thing, which is kind of funny because a lot of the argument of like the female Space Marines is like, well, why do people need to have representation in this world? Why does everybody play Space Marines or humans then? Because they're popular. Like you see yourself in these things. But yeah, I think Imperial Guard.
Very fascinating.
Yeah.
But I think the squats. Because, like, that's kind of what they did. Yeah. Squats were a thing. They took them away. They brought them back, and they stopped. Like, they didn't do anything. They just, like, updated their look, and that was it.
Yeah.
They didn't give them the land train that they used to have. Like, they need more. Like,
well, their lore changed completely, too, right? They're clones of clones of clones.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess for me it would be Space Marines, just to see what people would, like, go towards. What about you?
I go with the squats because like
remove them again.
Yeah, we gave you a little bit and you guys didn't like it, so
yeah, they were really powerful at one point.
So much that tournaments were banning them.
Yeah,
which kind of sucks.
And those were the questions for today. If you guys have more questions for us, please let us know in the comment section below, and we'll talk tomorrow.
That's right. It's the Sound Alchemist with
Gershwan,
and we are out of here.
Oh, I did the